When you play a sport nicknamed Murder Ball, it's safe to say you're not the kind of guy who cries during Sandra Bullock movies. We put competitor Andy Cohen to the test. Plus, want to give your personal pictures a little power up, but don't feel like getting bitten by a radioactive photographer? Well, we have the solution, my friends. And hey, our folks are out of town until tomorrow. Land party at our house, woo! Now there's a signpost up ahead. Next stop, Attack of the Show.
Pick up on this.
Hey everybody, welcome to Attack of the Show. I'm Will O'Neill here with Kevin Pereira.
Woo!
How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's
I don't
Thursday. It's a
believe
good
you.
day. Why is that?
I don't know, you look a little pale, man.
That's the CRT tan. What are you gonna do? It happens. It happens. No, I'm glad to be here. It's another fun-filled adventure.
We have some cool stuff today.
We're gonna take some visitors with us. Yes,
Cool.
we do. The coolest thing I think is Sarah rocking out on the guitar.
Yeah.
Whoa! Listen to. Yeah.
That was
Woo!
great.
That's a Sarah
Was
Lane
that a song?
original.
That was that was a riff or two.
It
Okay.
hurts
Yeah.
a lot.
think she broke a nail.
But you know, it's no pain, no glory when it comes to music. Right,
Really?
Kevin? Right, Will?
Clearly.
Rock on.
Actually,
yeah.
Will, you're a pretty good guitar player. You were showing off a little before the show, and I want to see some of those later.
okay.
This is a special
Now I'm
guitar.
getting
It
worried.
helps you learn how to play.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell everybody about that later on in the show. It'll teach you how
Not
to.
that I need it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great.
Wow.
Oh, second career. I can see it.
Sarah, anything else on the show today other than the guitar playing?
Oh, we got lots of stuff. Heavy, damn good website.
Cool.
We have one of the stars of the movie Murder Ball.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
awesome.
Which
Sweet.
is great. Saw it last Friday, opening night.
Cool. Lots of good stuff then.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Let's
Right,
get
put
started
this
with some
down.
other good stuff. What was that, Sarah? I'm sorry.
I'm just going to put this down
Good,
before I
that's a-
embarrass myself further.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
We're all afraid of the guitar.
Bleeding.
There's the revolution when it comes to telephone calls and whatnot is essentially voice over IP or the VoIP as the cool
VoIP.
kids call it. Yes, and everybody talks Skype.
It's big on the internet.
The internets love it. Yes, but there's a new one that to my knowledge, it just came out, but apparently it's been in beta for a little while. It's called VoIP Busters, and it lets you make voice over IP calls for what they call a reduced price. But literally, you can sign up right now for the beta, and you'll get free calls to any one of these regions here.
I would love to call someone right now in Luxembourg.
Yeah, if I knew somebody.
Isn't it like the middle of the night right there?
I think it is. Yeah. If I knew somebody in the Netherlands, I would definitely dial them up right now.
Hey, wake up! It's me, Kevin.
Yeah. The limitations with the beta are that you get a minute. You only get a minute to talk. I mean, that's more than I need,
yeah.
to order my Russian bride. But if you pay only £1, which is like $1.70, US.
I'm freaking out now. Now I'm totally distracted. The Russian bride.
All right. So would it be better if she was from Portugal?
Sure.
My Portuguese bride? No, but you pay like $1.70 something, and there you go.
Yeah.
And here's the program.
Okay.
It's a nice, easy, clean app. They promise no spyware, no adware, this, that, the other. We paid the $1 something, and then apparently you'll get unlimited calls to all those regions, and the rates to regions that aren't there are super cheap. I mean, it seems like a really good deal. So I'm kind of throwing it out there. If anybody has experience with the program or the service, are they shady? Are they shisty? I don't see that from looking at it.
It looks pretty legit to me.
Yeah, but if they are, then please let us know. But for the most part, it looks like cheap calls. So
Yeah, definitely.
Get
To
to
Luxembourg.
talking. Make some friends in Luxembourg. Order that bride up. And secondly, this isn't new by any stretch, but they just are gorgeous.
Yeah,
There's
these screens are
screenshots
awesome.
of the new Call of Duty for the PC. I mean, are you into the PC games?
Yes,
Will?
I am.
Did you play the original Call of Duty at all?
Many times. I actually played it again recently, just
Yeah.
like a few weeks ago. Just I don't know why. I played the game like 10 times already.
Yeah, and even with Battlefield 2 being as good as it is, people in our game capture room, they still stay way late after work plugging away at Call of Duty, the original.
It's such a fun game.
So, the new shots, especially when you're looking at them at a resolution at 12 by 12, it looks brilliant here. I have to scroll for an hour just to see one model. But it looks good.
Yeah.
Beautiful smoke effects. I'm excited. I know a lot of other people are. And so those are those images.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then, I don't know, I'm going to let you explain this one, Will, because I still don't quite understand it. This is... What?
You're evil. You know I don't speak German.
Well, no. Give it your best. This is a German website. They have apparently it's a print
Something about this makes me
competition.
nervous.
All right, so I found this thing last night. I think I actually
What were
got
you
the
looking
link.
for?
I was in Shack News trolling for free porn,
Okay.
and someone pointed this out, and they said
A German
chicken.
website.
I
How
figured
fitting.
it's German, yeah, and they mentioned it involved a chicken and a penguin, so right away I'm
You
game.
gotta love that.
But I pulled it up, and apparently you type in a message. Unfortunately, it's down for maintenance right now, but it did work this morning when I was trying it out. You type in a message to one of the two printers, and you'll actually see the page literally printing out, and the color that you select, it'll go. We're not sure what the competition is exactly
Yeah, well,
between
because none of us speak German.
Exactly. I ran it through Google Translator, and it didn't help. It just told me what the name of the printers were.
Okay.
So I just clicked on something. It could be. It clearly could be porn. I'm backing up. There you go. It's print competition.
Eject.
Hopefully it will work.
Hit the power.
Exactly.
Hit
Power
the
down.
big red button now.
If all else fails, just default to Sarah Lane.
Why? Why is the picture
It's
still there?
We were having fun arranging icons earlier. Here's what recycle bin on your nose. That's funny.
You're funny.
Yeah.
You're a kid.
Look at that.
Okay, that's
Whee!
unnecessary.
That's flattering.
That's unnecessary.
It's flattering. All right. All right. Well,
Always necessary.
I know we've put you through a lot this week. I know
Yeah.
the show can be rough from time to time, but do you think you're ready to handle our viewers' relationship questions?
Oh, dude, that's right up my alley.
Yeah, it's a little terrifying, though. I'm just
Oh,
warning you in
boy.
advance.
Oh, no, I can handle this, man. Take
All
it
right.
from me, I'm great at relationships.
There it is,
Not.
folks. Give us a ring. The number is 800-839-7880, and Casanova will answer your questions.
Oh,
and,
man.
of course, courtesy of Sobe today, we've
I'm
got
really not
some...
liking you right now.
What? You said, oh, no, I'm good at the relationship.
But that was earlier, you know?
That was 5 seconds
No,
ago, Will.
Okay, so I'm crazy, too.
All right. Thanks to Sobe, we've got mystery prizes to give away to the callers. So if we ruin your relationship, at least you'll maybe have a
There
cool
you go.
something from Sobe. So,
Yeah.
of course, you can email us at attackoftheshow.com/askus and chat with us at chat.g4tv.com. Now, yes, the answer is yes, Will. The AOTS Verizon Broadband LAN Party Battle. That special blend of warfare and beautiful women. Not
We love
seen
it.
since Scarlett joined G.I. Joe, actually.
We love it.
It's on today. And guess what we're playing, Will? Go ahead, tell them at home. What are we playing?
You tell me what
We're playing Call of Duty United
you know,
Offensive.
I can't read this.
It's right there. It's just, it's the glasses. It's Call of Duty United Offensive, and joining us today is hip hop artist Black Orchid. How are you doing there, Miss Orchid?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you.
Looking lovely and fragging, I'm hoping.
Oh, yeah, she's
That
kicking
does
ass.
mean killing people. Just to clarify, just because you never know. All right, good luck, Miss Orchid. We'll check back in with you in a
Thanks.
little bit.
Cool.
And now I'm going to try a new approach with the viewers at home. Will.
Okay.
Please stay tuned. Does that work for everyone?
I think so. Begging and pleading.
Begging and pleading. Yeah,
Please don't go.
That's your relationship
Please
advice.
don't go. Beg.
When we come back, one of the stars of the sports documentary Murder Ball, Andy Cohen, will be here to talk competitive brutality.
Attack of the show, baby. Attack. Attack of the show. Attack.
Saying that Murder Ball is a documentary about a rough sport is like saying that the Weekly World News stretches the truth a little bit, if you know what I mean. In fact, the movie is a pretty brutal look at the game of quad rugby. And here to tell us more is athlete and one of the film stars, Andy Cohen. Welcome to the show. So glad to have you.
Thanks for having me.
I saw the movie, as I mentioned, last Friday, and it was wonderful. I recommend it to everybody. So let's get started first on quad rugby. Murder Ball, quad rugby, same thing. But it's really quad rugby, right? Murder Ball's just sort of a...
Yeah, it was actually we started the game. We called it Murder Ball, but it's hard to get a lot of corporate sponsorship or new patients out of hospitals. And you're like, hey, would you like to come play Murder Ball? Quad rugby went over a little easier.
Yeah, Pepsi's like, I don't think so.
Yeah, so the official name is quad rugby, but the guys who play it call it Murder Ball.
Okay, and then how long has the sport been going?
Sport's been going for about 20 years.
20 years.
The last about 10 years, they've started big companies that actually just make rugby chairs, and the athletes have become more serious, and the sport has really taken off.
It's really taken off. Yeah. Now, you were part of the U.S. Paralympics team, which went and competed in Athens. How did you get involved in that?
I started playing I grew up in Phoenix. I played for a Phoenix team, and it's kind of like competitive soccer where when there's a U.S. competition, they'll pick a USA team, and players from all over the states will compete, and they pick 12 players to go and represent the USA.
Wow. So did someone approach you and say, we think we got what it takes?
I got an
Come play
invite
for
from the
us?
coach at the time and tried out for the team and made it. In 2002 was the first time I made a USA team, and then Athens was the biggest thing in 2004 at the Paralympics.
That's amazing. So now you actually are in your quad rugby chair now.
Yes, I
Which
am.
is, if you look at it closely, I mean, this thing's been banged up quite a bit. What's going on here, and how is it different from a regular wheelchair?
Well, I mean, when you kind of look at it, you can tell it's just got metal all around, and that's because it is a full contact sport, as the movie shows.
Yes.
Even the wheels got, they put these spoke protectors over it, so because it's full contact anywhere on the chair.
Right.
Even have it in the back. They have little bumpers here, and it's just made to hit somebody as hard as you can, because the game has got goals on each end of a basketball court, And you have to take the ball, which is just basically a volleyball. It's got a little tackiness on it, and cross the line with the ball to score a goal. And the best way to stop somebody is hit them as hard as you can.
Now, and also, there's glue involved with your gloves, and that's so you can catch the ball more easily?
It's kind of like a receiver in football. You put like a little tack on your gloves, and you can see I use like rubberized gloves just because it gives me a little bit better grip on the ball, things like that, on the wheels.
So now the film Murderball. It's a documentary. It's totally true to life. How was it being followed around and interviewed and all that stuff?
It was really not that big a deal because they followed us for 2.5 years, and I started to think that there probably wasn't even film in the camera,
right?
Because I didn't see anything for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, if this actually does become a movie, nobody's ever going to see it. And now it's a little bizarre that so many people have seen it. But I'm so happy that everybody likes it, and it is a really good movie.
It's a really good movie.
Everybody who sees it walks out of there or rolls out of there or whatever, saying that they loved it, and they felt good seeing it, and it wasn't a waste of their time. You see so many movies, and you're like, why did I just sit there? I want those 2 hours of my life back. But people have really enjoyed it.
Right, and I'm sure you guys feel good that there wasn't any exploitation involved at all. It's really just sort of a look at a slice of life.
Well, it's not cheesy. Every time you see in the media somebody in a wheelchair doing something, it's always either focuses on what they can't do, or it's just totally cheesy and melodramatic, and it's the guy whining and struggling.
Right.
And in all honesty, our lives are pretty normal. They're not a struggle, and the movie does a good job of just showing us living our lives.
Now, do you ever worry, when I was watching the movie, the contact involved, you guys are falling on your heads, it gets crazy. Do you ever worry? You're not wearing helmets here. If something were to happen, you're really screwed.
There's kind of a joke that, like, what's going to happen? Are we going to break our necks again?
Right.
So we're just kind of guys. Before I got hurt, I played high school football, and I'd go out with my friends on the weekend, and we'd go in a park and play tackle football. And just because I had the accident, I still miss that kind of aspect of my life. And this is a competitive, aggressive sport that gives me, that desire to still play that sport's there, and the sport's so great about that.
That's awesome. Well, we've seen a few underneath what we're talking. We've seen a little bit of video, but let's actually take a look at a clip from the film so you get a better idea of what Murderball is all about.
Some people will come up to me and they'll shake my hand and say, "Oh, it's good to see you out." And I look at them like, "Good to see me out." What am I supposed to be, in a closet hanging out?
What I can do, but probably people don't think I can do, is I can cook and I can drive. I might not be a great cook, I might not be a great driver, but I can do both.
People say some of the dumbest things. Like, I'll be at the grocery store loading the groceries into my car, and people are like, and then I go to get my car, and like, well, do you need help in your car? It's like, well, I wouldn't have come to the grocery store if I couldn't get back in my car.
So, are you in training now to do another Paralympics adventure?
To play at this level, I kind of have to always be in shape.
Yeah.
So I'm just constantly cross-training, do a lot of weightlifting, swimming. I have a hand bike. And I love to just get my rugby chair and just push around the neighborhood, listening to music, stuff like that. So just trying to stay in shape and hopefully keep playing for the USA for as long as I can.
And when will you, if you are selected, when will be the next big year?
Our sport is similar to basketball in that it has the World Championships every 4 years, and then we have the Paralympics every 4 years. So the next World Championships would be 2006 in New Zealand, and Paralympics would be 2008 in Beijing.
Well, I hope we see you again.
I hope you do too.
Yeah, and it was wonderful to watch you as part of the documentary. One of the best movies I've seen in a long time. And thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Andy Cohen, everybody. For more information on Andy and Murderball, check out our show notes at attackoftheshow.com. Now, I know you can't live with us for 2 minutes, without us for 2 minutes, rather. You're going to have to live with us for 2 minutes, but you're going to have to try anyway. When we return, we'll be sorting through the carnage in our land party. It's bad in there. And we'll show you how to turn your photo album into a graphic novel.
All right, do you ever flip through your photo album and wish you could turn it from Ansel Adams into Alan Moore? Well, you can, thanks to Comic Life, huh?
It's very cool, very cool.
You're a fan of the comics, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Have you ever made a comic, though, yourself?
Never made a comic myself, no.
Right. Now, is that because...
I've always wanted to.
See, there you go. And now, is it because of the lack of free time, or is it because it's so damn hard?
Lack of skill, lack of free time.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So we're going to take care of the skill part right now. And in fact, with this, they're kind of hand in hand. You're going to save so much time. It's a program called Comic Life, and it's a free download for Mac users. that will let you organize and alter your photos to look like an actual comic book.
Very cool.
Notice the pain in my voice when I say it's for Mac users because
Yeah.
it's so cool. I might have to go out and get a Mac Mini for it.
And I may have to steal your Mac.
You should just for it. So here's the Comic Life. First of all, you have to get your images in there. It can import them from iPhoto. You can grab them out of Finder, or you can capture it directly with your eyesight. Then you just select a template. So we could go diagonal with it. I could do like a little Foursquare thing.
It's super easy to use.
Yeah, I can say brick, and I want to resize it. I mean, whatever I want to do. So I'm going to select a picture-in-picture template, drag it over, boom, done. Now it's time to fill it with some images. So we literally go to our library, and I pick and literally drag and drop the images from my library right into the little panes there. So let me just grab this shocked reaction here, and you can drag the photos around. You can resize them as well. You can rotate them, crop them, whatever you need to do. You can send things to the front or the back. And now it's time to get comic with it. It's time to get stylized. So
comicize it.
And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to our details panel here, and I can select a filter. So let's say for my main image, I want to comicify.
Oh, comicify. It's not comicize.
That's right. Either way.
Ties.
Well, we're doing something comically with it. And as you can see, the filter went and it changed the look of the photo. I could select another photo just as easily and change that and say, here's what I want for you. You can even select like the frames that are around an image and change those to have like different designs and different styles, which is great here. So I can make this look marvelous if I select that filter. And you know, that's just changing the looks of it and the style of it. The other half is, of course, like speech balloons and adding text and captions and stuff. So I don't know, Will, what would I be saying at this printer here? I'm freaking out for some reason.
EGAD.
EGAD is good. So
I've heard you say that before.
I have, many times. So I will change this to EGAD. There we go. And I can also change the size of my font if I want. I can click on this little brown pointer here, and as you can see, I can easily change where the expression's coming from. Obviously, it's coming from my mouth right there, so we'll leave it there. And there's my speech balloon.
All right.
I could change the color of that. I can give it a shadow. I can make it glow. I can do whatever I want. It's all easy. It's all simple. It's all point and click. And I know some people at home are saying, well, hey, like, we could do this in Photoshop.
Yeah.
This is easy. But look at how easy and painless it is with this program right here.
Photoshop can be pretty complicated if you're not really familiar with it.
Definitely. And Photoshop is expensive, too.
Yeah.
You know, this is at least a free trial, and it's only like $20 to register. And you were saying earlier, you're coming up with great ideas for this other than making an actual comic book.
Definitely, yeah. It's a good thing to do for like family photos. If you want to put together like a family album or something, you can just put together a comic book and sort of send that out instead of just a bunch of pictures and things like that.
Yeah, those like, instead of, Will's bachelor party, instead of just like some lame incriminating photos,
it can be a lame incriminating comic.
Exactly.
That sounds like a bad idea.
No, you should do it. You should do it. And also, you
with
can,
little speech balloons, right?
You don't want the speech balloons. Hopefully, no one's saying EGAD or
bam.
Wow, that's a noisy bachelor party. You can also export your photos as well. So we can say we want to bust them out to HTML, just a series of images, an iPhoto reel, or you can even export it right to QuickTime, and it'll actually create a movie.
And you can send that out to everybody.
Yeah, just one little QuickTime movie.
An incriminating QuickTime movie.
Yeah, you don't want to do that though. You don't want to do that because movies are dangerous. We actually use this to create a comic book of our own. I don't know if you care to hand model for us, Will, but this was just a little something that we did about the feisty photocopier that acted up. And again, it literally took, less than an hour to grab and drag all these images over, add effects to them. It's there, and Mac users are going crazy with this. There's even a whole Flickr group dedicated just to these photos. Look at that, little subtitles there for you. We'll put the comic online for you in case you want to see it all. It's a little unfinished, but it's good. You can try the program for 30 days. It's only a couple bucks to register, and if you want links and additional information, that's what our show notes are for, my friend. Go to our website. Not bad, right?
No, it's very cool. Very cool.
Comic Life. Now, while we figure out how to work Dr. Doom into our parents' wedding album, you stick around because you didn't hear this from us, but the feed has gotten its juicy hands on some really interesting information. And we find out just how badly Black Orchid is whooping your ass in our LAN party. That's right, we're here, and I'm going out on a limb, and I'm going to predict that we'll be right here at the exact same time tomorrow. But still to come today, though, Will has some product picks for you, so hold off on going to Best Buy until you hear what he has to say. Plus, learn to grind your axe properly with the Fretlight guitar, and DJ's Kerouac will be here tomorrow. But now, like the VIP room at the world's nerdiest nightclub, it's the AOTS Verizon Broadband LAN Party Battle. All right, the game is Call of Duty United Offensive, and we're joined today by R&B singer Black Orchid. How you doing, Miss Orchid?
I'm great.
How's the ferocious killing here? How's this doing?
I'm glad I never enlisted in the Army.
You seem to be doing well. I mean, you're a bit of a professional gamer, right? You've
No, stop lying.
No? What was the last game? What was the last game you actually played?
Tetris.
Now, like the Game Boy Tetris or the old Nintendo Tetris, or
The Game Boy Tetris.
oh, the spinach green one, man.
Yeah, spinach green.
That's old school, but
That's
you kind
really
of missed a few games in between.
I missed a few games.
How's the 3D shooter treating you?
It's coming along. I've been getting killed about 50 times,
Yeah.
but you know.
You managed to sneak one or two in there, right? At least on a teammate.
Exactly.
Good to hear. So now, tell me, you've been performing all over the world, even gigs in Japan, right?
Yeah, in Tokyo. It was really great.
So now, how did that? Why Tokyo? Is that where you started, kind of performing, or?
Yeah, that was my first major gig. I got that through the vocal coach that I had at the time, and it was with a group called Acid Base Incorporated, and we were opening up for like groups like the Gap Band to Rick Derringer, and it was really great.
Very nice. Now, do you change the style of your music at all to when you're playing in a place like Japan, or is it the same exact stuff that you play like in North America? Or?
No, it's the same exact stuff. They really love R&B music in Japan, so.
So now your new album, More Than Meets the Eye,
Yeah.
a little bit of a Transformers reference there, right? I mean,
A little bit of a Transformers. I love.
did you
the
know that, or
cartoon.
did some geek come up to you and say like, "Hey, would you name your album that?"
No, I didn't really think about it when I named it that, but I love the Transformers cartoon.
Nice. Good to hear. Good to hear. So what's the album about? Tell me, is there a theme to it? Is
Totally.
each song different? What's the story?
Well, overall, it's more than meets the eye. Everybody, we go in our day-to-day life thinking what we see is that's all there is, and it's always so much more to it. So I just explore that, in every song it talks about that.
Very nice. And you have the video coming out now as well, right?
Yeah, Jim and Eileen.
And now what's the story behind Jim and Eileen?
It's about a couple that moves to LA, young couple, and they just get caught up in some really crazy shit.
Yeah. That tends to happen. Tends to happen. But then they start playing Call of Duty, and all their problems are solved because they discover their love for cyber cafes and.
Exactly.
Cool. Miss Orchid, thank you so much for joining us.
So
we appreciate it, and I'll let you get back to the
Let me get
killing.
killed some more.
Yes,
okay.
please.
All right, thank you very
fodder
much.
for our folks. All right, be sure to visit blackorchid.net for more songs and videos, and look for her album More Than Meets the Eye in September. Now, bite your bottom lip and take the feed like a man.
Whether you call it OS X or you love to provoke fanboys and call it OS X, which is really fun, by the way, developers who've gotten their hands on early copies of Apple's new operating system seem to be uniformly calling it fast. Of course, this report does come courtesy of AppleInsider.com, which is totally fair and totally balanced, provided you're predisposed to liking Apple products. One developer was quoted as saying that OS X, powered by Intel, was faster than his Power Mac G5. Supposedly, it takes as little as 10 seconds to boot from the desktop to the desktop from when the Apple logo first appears on screen. Seriously, that's like that. Impressive, huh? I think so. Now, the Goofy Link dump site College Humor, which it proves you don't need content to be a successful website, is teaming with Paramount Pictures, the movie studio that proves you don't need to make new movies when you can just remake your entire back catalog. Can't wait. Like National Lampoon, which produced 2 good movies before many of you were born, and then banged out a ton of unwatchable Corey Haim, Corey Feldman bombs. Remember those kids? College Humor is expected to help Paramount find feature projects that, according to Variety, will adequately, quote, reflect the college experience. I'm sure half the cast of American Pie are on the phone to their agents as we speak. Now, according to WorldNet Daily, a recent survey on religious beliefs showed that half of all Americans believe in ghosts. Ooh, the other half just chalk up all the moaning and the blood spewing from their faucets to old pipes. That includes me. 51% of the general public believe that the soul lives on after death, including 58% of women. 1/3 of those surveyed also believe in astrology, and 1/4 of them believe in reincarnation. Now, an independent study that we conducted showed that 98% of all women trip while running from ghouls, and 75% of creepy houses are built on Indian burial grounds, and 100% agree that the presence of Max von Sydow guarantees supernatural activity. This is probably a good time to mention that CNN is reporting that 1/3 of all studies published in medical journals prove to be completely untrue. So there you have it, a report about how most reports are BS. Love it. It's a wonderful world we live in. Now, the little sex minigame hidden in the PC version of Rockstar Games' Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, you remember that. It was discovered by a Dutch fan, and we showed you a while back. It's a controversy that won't be going away anytime soon. First, Rockstar denied putting the game in there, calling it an illegal mod. Now, Hillary Clinton is getting involved. The senator is urging the U.S. Federal Trade Commission to look into the matter to determine who put that material in there. If it was a hack job, then that Dutch kid is probably going to get a couple knocks on his door. And if it turns out that the minigame known as Hot Coffee, by the way, was part of the original code designed by Rockstar, then that means they're not exactly being forthcoming in the matter now, are they? Which naturally would make them about as screwed as a Liberty City prostitute.
No.
And that's screwed. And that's the feed. For more on the hot coffee controversy, boys.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. No, this is interesting. If it is part of the game code, they could be in a lot of trouble.
Sure.
And I know they're probably Rockstar's probably enjoying the publicity a lot right now, but bit of disturbing information leaked out on the internet today.
Yeah, a little bit.
Involving the PlayStation 2 version of San Andreas. Apparently, this little disc right here, the Action Replay Max, is all you need to get to the sex minigame, which is built in to the PlayStation 2 version of the game.
We're not supposed to...
No, literally. You enter the codes, you fire it up. These aren't the codes here, but you know what? Just because I know that there's a lot of folks at home who want them.
It's pretty amazing. It's shocking.
We're going to post the codes on our website.
There you go.
But the Action Replay Max, you fire it up, you put in the secret codes, then you fire up San Andreas. You essentially take your girlfriend on the date, drive her back to the home, and you say, yes, you'd love to go in for a little bit of coffee.
There you go.
And you get it. It's all there. We tested it out. In fact, the only difference between the two versions are in the corner. It says, well, press X to do this, and press circle to do this, and press, triangle to ask another friend to join in. Whatever you need to do, it's all there.
Okay.
And it's clearly built into the code because the Action Replay can't add that.
I kind of want to talk about the ghost that was running around the G4 offices in that video. That was pretty frightening.
Yeah, it's a little haunting.
Yeah,
but has he visited you yet, or
no, not yet. He's a little bit inept at certain things. Okay. It's kind of a shooting.
You're fortunate because Peter Rojas wet himself twice when he was here.
All
right, like a tiny beam of light into the
I feel sick.
Dang prison of your life. It's Sarah's damn good website, and it's coming up next. Also, Will, you're actually concerned that they've been buying a lot of crap lately, so you're going to help them out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to talk about some cool gadgets that are coming out.
Nice. Coming up next.
The feed is brought to you by Wedding Crashers. Life's a party. Crash it. Wedding Crashers in theaters July 15th.
Now, you can probably tell that Will has his finger on the pulse of the gadget scene, and you can also see where the gadget scene actually slapped you for putting your fingers there.
Exactly.
But nevertheless, you have some gadget picks for the folks at home of some tech that's coming out on the horizon, right?
Yeah, something that's we should be able to see eventually. But you know how it is with technology. They sort of tease you with things.
Right.
And
it's coming out on us. 2012.
Yeah,
we'll
first quarter, 2005. And,
All right. Well, let's hope these come out soon. Let's start off with the Motorola. What's the MPX?
It's a Windows Mobile-based smartphone by Motorola. It's pretty cool. We saw this for the first time late last year, and they've been sort of promising it, and we're sort of waiting to see it. But it's pretty cool. It has a full QWERTY keyboard, pretty unique form factor, like this interesting flip sort of clamshell device. It's pretty cool.
Is it going to be the size of a cylinder or like a cinder block, or is it? Is this a brick, or is this going to be compact?
It's going to be pretty compact. It's going to be a little bit bigger than your Trio that you carry around.
Not bad.
Audie Murphy.
Very nice. Yes, I don't mind it at all, though. And
exactly.
it's a Windows smartphone, right?
Yeah.
Very nice. That's cool. And then we also have another Bluetooth. Now, what's this Bluetooth headphone? What makes this interesting?
This Bluetooth headset right now by Creative, it's only available in Asia right now, but I've heard under good authority, some of my friends at Creative, that it's actually going to be available in the States soon. It's very cool. Wireless headset for your Creative MP3 player.
Now I know with other wireless headset like Bluetooth for my cell phone or whatever, there's a little bit of a white noise, there's a little bit of hiss. Is that kind of problem solved with regards to this? Or?
I think it's going to be solved with these problems. I haven't actually played with these headphones yet, but I have played with these. A similar product that Logitech does for the iPod, and it's pretty good. Like the sound quality is awesome.
Very nice. And Creative makes some really good products. I'm sure that'll be top notch. All right, the cream of the crop 2005 CNET page. They're talking about the Ericsson W800i.
This thing is awesome. It's basically it's a cell phone, but it's a Walkman cell phone, and I guess because Sony was kind of late onto the whole MP3 player scene.
Right.
But I think one of the things that
oddly enough, I saw a web page, and this was in the year 2005. It was like Sony now supports MP3.
It's
and I was
hey,
like, whoa,
welcome
okay,
to
yeah.
1998.
Welcome to the party, guys. Like, I thought that was an old
Yeah.
banner ad that rotated in. But.
Exactly. No, it's a really cool device, and it's one that we're definitely looking forward to seeing soon.
And any other features other than MP3 that are really standing out for this phone? Or?
It does everything.
Yeah.
Megapixel camera. You know, all the phones nowadays, they have to do like 50,000 things.
Right. Or else it's, does it make calls?
It's like,
Ooh, we forgot about that one.
Yeah, no, the phone part doesn't work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so that's cool. And then the Creative Zen Vision.
This is the thing that we saw on Monday it was, and I'm
What's
just really...
the player versus player? What's the portable video player? Sorry.
Yeah. All right.
So the Zen Vision,
Yeah.
what's going on with this thing here?
It's basically a lot like the Creative Portable Media Center that I use a ton, but it's such a big device. It's nice to have one that's actually a smaller, slimmer device, and it also has some of the calendar features and things like contact stuff, sort of like the Palm Life Drive. It's just a really cool, sleek-looking device. I'm looking forward to getting one.
Oh, very nice. Do you think portable video players are going to take off? Have they taken
Yeah.
off already? Because I personally have no desire for one.
Yeah.
And I don't know many people that do as well. So are there people that are buying these things, or are
People
they...
are buying them, but it's hard for us to sort of figure out how many people are buying these things. Like stores buy it so they can say, yeah, we've sold this many.
Right.
Creative can say that, but
Well,
you sold them to
we've
Best Buy.
shipped 60,000.
Yeah,
We've
exactly.
sold 12,
Yeah.
but we shipped 60,000.
It's a pretty cool niche thing. I mean, nerds like me like this kind of stuff, but
There we go.
I'm a nerd.
Good.
But I'm not a geek.
No, but I'm a paladin, so it's all right.
Okay, but
and then
oof.
finally, the T-Mobile STA Music smartphone.
This thing is really cool. Right now, it's only available in Germany, but what it is, it's another Windows Mobile-based smartphone. But as you can see, it's like white and kind of cool looking, so like an iPod. But it plays music and has music controls in the front. And I've heard rumors that they may bring it to the States soon. But right now, you can go and buy one, an unlocked version that's
Right.
going to be a mint.
And where do you grab it? Off eBay or off of the
Probably-
actual seller site or something?
I would say like eBay. And also, there are these websites that sell a lot of these unlocked European phones, and you can buy them here. They're just really expensive. But if T-Mobile does actually bring this to the States, then you're going to be able to get it at a discount with it.
Exactly. Very cool picks, Will. Excellent
Thanks.
work. Check out CNET.com if you want to be as cool as Will. It's tough, but you can try. Now, personally, I never go to a website unless it has the seal of approval from Sarah Lane. And neither should you. Seriously, I mean, good men have died.
That's right. So, Kevin,
Yes, Sarah.
do you like to browse the internets from your cell phone?
I like the interweb, and I do browse it from my cell phone, but I can't stand that it takes, 15 minutes to load a single website.
I
It's
knew
like-
that you were going to say that. And that is why today's Damn Good website is so helpful for us cell phone browsers.
Oh.
It's called iyhy.com, which doesn't mean anything except that it's easy to type. When
Probably easy to
you
type
use
on
your
a
cell phone.
cell phone, yeah.
What it does is it simplifies web pages, strips everything out. So that
Okay.
it's just text links, all that good stuff.
See, I've heard of other services like this.
Yes. The nice thing about this service is, okay, so give me a web. Should we go to Kevin Pereira?
Go, there's nothing good on there. You don't want to go
Well,
there.
whatever.
All right, let's go to kevinpereira.com. Let's
And
do
we'll just
that.
say go, and what it's giving us is a very, very simplified version of your site.
That's great, though. That's exactly what
it's
I,
even more boring than
It's-
usual.
Exactly.
No, I'm just kidding.
Look, I'm whining.
You're right.
Current mood,
Kevin's
emo.
upset about something again.
Yeah, over the
Okay.
odds.
Anyway, so once you do that, so you go back, and all of a sudden, as you can see, ooh, I have to log in here. You log in. I will just.
Wait, what's the
log in
password,
again.
Sarah? What's the password?
Oh, you'll never know.
Oh, a bunch of stars? That's so lame.
Yeah, and at this point, it's a bunch of stars. At this point, let me just go to Kevin Pereira again.
Let's do that.
I didn't reload this before. Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, and then we go back. And as you see, it's adding all the sites that I visit
so it's kinda
to
like
my list of
bookmarking
sites.
for you automatically.
Bookmarking automatically. So when you go on your cell phone and you log in later, it has all the sites that you might want to visit on a regular basis, but you really need them to be simplified because you have a tiny little
That's
screen
great.
like my phone here.
And typing for Erotica takes forever. I'm on like
Takes
a little
forever.
QWERTY keyboard.
And what's kind of nice is even if you go to your account, if you have a lot of sites that you want to visit when you're sitting at the airport or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I always use the airport as an example because I get stuck at the airport
Sure.
a lot, and I only have my cell phone. You can move them around if you want Attack of the Show to be the top one.
As it should be.
As it should be.
Yes.
I don't know if it's better than SarahLane.com,
Right.
but that's an argument for another time. And then what you can do is, if you can just get a cell-up of my cell phone here,
Little Sally
you can
cell there.
see
Look at
that
that.
it's got, I can just put in the URL of my choice, or I can use one of my predetermined cell phone links here.
And it seems to be pretty stable. Seems to do a good job of formatting sites.
Seems to do a really good job. It is in bid, and the creator says so.
Right.
But it's free. It's a free service.
great.
He's providing support, and I like it. It's worked out really well.
I'm gonna start using it,
And
literally.
my phone has the smallest face in the nation,
There you
so
go.
if it works on mine, it's going to work even better on your Trio.
Yeah, even on the Trio with the keyboard and the big screen, it still takes forever to load
Yeah,
a
it's
website.
great.
So that's good to go.
IYHY, loving it.
Good
You
job,
can get
Sarah.
the link at attackoftheshow.com. It's where every day is like Sunday, Kevin. I don't even think you got that reference.
I didn't.
No.
I'm like, Saturdays are cooler. Get drunk. Sleep it off.
It's Morrissey. Don't even bother to get up because the combination of your weight and the heat have fused your thighs to the couch. Oh, ouch. Besides, we'll be taking your relationship calls next. Will's going to give them. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
And if you want to rock like Jimmy Page in the middle of a 20-minute Misty Mountain Hop solo, you'd better start downing some Jack because we have the guitar for you.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
On the next attack of the show, tired of playing MMOs and debating the direction of the new Superman movie? Well, Make Magazine's Philip Tyrone has some projects to keep you geeks busy. And his name is Moran. Brendan Moran. Let's just hope his arsenal of gadgets make him more Sean Connery and less Timothy Dalton. And straight out of San Fran, DJs Kerouac are here to bring some freak house funk to what would normally be just an average Friday. That's the next show. We now return to today's show, already in progress. Admit it. You want to be like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix, or Buddy Holly, except for two things. You're alive, and you have no talent. So why not take some lessons from a piece of software, huh? Will? No?
I think that's a great idea.
Good. Let's do it. It's the Fretlight guitar, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't believe I'll let you talk me into doing this.
What?
on
No,
TV.
no. This is you're a rocker, and you're going to prove it to the folks at home. I know you've been practicing just for the segment, so we'll do it.
Oh, man.
It's by Optech Music Systems, and you'll notice that it doesn't. This isn't like some cheesy $100 Yamaha guitar. Well, it kind of is, except for one thing. It's got lights in the neck, and they light up to show you what the positioning should be. Look at that. Very nice hand modeling there, Will. So the thing comes with some instructional software. It comes with a proprietary USB cable that'll get you all connected. The problem is that the free software that they include with it, called Guitar Power, is very confusing, and it's not exactly intuitive. So it does come with a 30-day free trial of the software that we're going to show you now called Guitars, with a Z.
Which makes it hardcore.
If you're going to rock and roll, you got to spell something with a Z,
You got to have
right?
a Z in there.
There you go. So here's the Guitars software. As you can see, we've got some different chords that we can select. So if we punch A major, I can hit play. It will play it, and we see on the guitar,
It lights up.
it lights up to show exactly what you should be strumming and where you should be strumming it. There it is. Hey, look at that. But then I can easily change chords as well. Let's just hop over to, how about a C major? Why don't you rock that one out for us, Will? Yes, I believe that is a C major. Excellent
Yes, it
job,
is,
Will.
yes.
And you learned that just by looking at the lights,
Pretty
right?
amazing.
Now, the fact that you knew this beforehand is
Probably
just
helped a little bit.
icing on the cake. But if you didn't know it, you're good to go. There's also some other cool stuff here. You can have chord design your own chords. We can go to the play page here and hit play, and it will take you through a song, all the chords on the song, and we can see it changing on the fret. I don't know how awkward is that to look down at it while it's playing?
It's pretty difficult to sort of follow along. Earlier I was playing with it, and it's sort of like, wait, where's it going? What's happening next? It's kind of, but hey.
Well, for initially learning those chords, it might help you there. But
definitely.
that would be a little, We can also change the tempo as well. I
Yeah,
can
you can
speed it
slow
up,
it down.
slow it down. There's also an optional foot pedal that you can buy to stop the song in case you want to stop and start it.
But here's like wah-wah effects and stuff like that.
But yeah,
You
no.
wanna get all
If you're
dark.
learning the guitar, they don't give you the whammy bar right away. You don't get any like sweet
Exactly.
effects. It's like, here, learn how to put your fingers on the thing.
Where's the fun in that?
There is no fun in it, actually. That's the sad part. But here's something that is cool. The tablature section of this, you can actually go online, download a tab. They're freely available. They're widely available as well. And then hit play, and this thing will go and take that tab, convert it into Fretlight form, and now you see whatever song this is being played on the neck of the guitar.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I bought a guitar and thinking I was going to be a rock star, and then I put it away because I couldn't figure out where to put my fingers on it at the time.
Didn't quite work out.
And even the book didn't work. So this might help me be good to go. There's other software with it as well called M-Player that can play MIDI songs, and it can teach you how to play them as well. The problem is really the price.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, I mean it's almost like $700. You could probably get a $100 used guitar and
definitely.
tape some LEDs on it, or get a lesson or two and have somebody write it down.
Exactly.
For you. I don't know. For some people, though, if you have the money to spare, and again you don't like social interaction, you want to play with the computer, then here you go. You can visit our website and get all the links, and you get a review. You're gonna get both of those.
Awesome.
On the interweb.
The internet.
Not bad. Yeah, you can put the guitar down, or you can feel free to jam while we take some phone calls. Chris joins us on the phone from Watertown, New York. Are you there, Chris?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Do you agree or disagree that Will is perhaps the latest and greatest thing to ever touch the guitar?
No, I don't. I disagree, man.
Okay, good.
I agree.
That's
I agree with him.
He's going to agree with you on
I
that
agree
one.
with you on that one.
You have some relationship questions, and Will is going to have some advice for you. Maybe I'll pitch in as well. What's the question?
All right. Is it ridiculous for my girlfriend to get jealous of my female gaming buddies on SOCOM?
It's an excellent question.
That is a good question.
I say...
I say it is ridiculous of her to be jealous of those people.
And I'm going to agree with Will. I agree. And I agree just strictly for the fact that, first of all, your friends that are females playing SOCOM, they're probably 37-year-old men in their basements sweating in tank tops.
Then she should be not only jealous but concerned.
Yeah, she should be concerned that you're fooled into believing that women actually play SOCOM online.
But it kind of brings up another thing. I mean, if she has a problem with it, there's probably, she just wants to, like, be reassured that...
That's it. Baby, please. Baby, no.
That you're not having, like, intimate conversations and spending all this quality time with
I
these
hope you're
women.
not in SOCOM.
Exactly.
That's just
Come
wrong.
on, baby, don't die on me.
There's better virtual worlds for that, man. But that's a whole other discussion. All right, let's move on. We have John on the phone from Redding, California. John, are you there?
Yeah. Hey, how's that guitar treating you?
Oh, it's great. I can't wait to put it down.
It lights up. Come on. All right, you have a question for us?
I have a friend, a female friend, that always comes over, watches anime, plays video games and everything.
Very nice.
She digs me. The problem is, I want to find out a way to take it to the next level.
Interesting.
It's an excellent. That's a common problem.
It is a common problem.
I don't recommend the fret-like guitar.
No, chicks don't dig this.
Is there any advice from?
I mean, I'd say just talk to her pretty openly about how he feels. I mean, communication's, typically helps, but I know that most guys are pretty bad at that.
That's true. I recommend effing black cherry and vodka because she probably won't be able to taste how strong it is. 3 or 4, play a little Katamari Damacy, and there you go. And then you whip out and start jamming.
And then you start jamming. Yeah. Oh, you can just try talking to her, telling her that specifically.
All right. Yeah.
But where's the fun in that?
Exactly. No, you're actually don't backtrack. You're right. You don't backpedal. You're absolutely right on that one. All right. Bob joins us on the phone from Washington D.C. Bob, are you there?
Yeah, I sure am.
How you doing tonight, Bob?
All right. How about you?
Doing very well.
Wanted to say hi, especially to Sarah, Will, Kevin.
Thank you. And Sarah says hello as well. There she is. You have a question for us? We're running out of time, so.
All right. Real quick. My girlfriend, she says she loves me, but when I play Battlefield 2, she'll only let me use her as a cushion for like 4 of the 12 hours of my gaming session. So, should I kick her to the curb, or is
she's
4
out.
hours about
She's
normal?
out.
Really?
Yeah, she's out, man.
So you could send her back to the kitchen. I mean, there's other stuff you can do.
Yeah, that's true. You're making a good point.
Offer up your lap. Be the good guy. Offer it up. Do the little reach around.
Maybe if she
play some
leaves,
Battlefield 2.
comes back with beer.
There you go. Send her out. Let her wear the sandals for once. Send her out to get a pack of Coors Light. Enjoy the Battlefield 2, and you'll be good to go.
The bunny slippers.
No, not the bunny slippers. All right. Now, study the following commercials closely, and then compare and contrast them in essay form and mail it to us. Then we'll do the whole email and chat room thing that we normally do on the couch. It's called Closure, people.
Closure.
We're working towards it.
Communication is closure.
I want to say Sobi was nice enough to give us more stuff to give away
Free
to
stuff.
the callers. We got some guitars
Sobi.
and MP3
Free
players.
stuff.
So we're going to hand those out. And I also want to thank, while I'm at it, Black Orchid for joining us in our Verizon Broadband LAN
Thank you.
Party Battle. Thank you, Black Orchid. It's a pleasure talking to you. Now let's check in with the old IRC chat room and see what they're talking about.
Okay, first one from Sith Master. Is the PC... Oh, I thought you were going to give us a little musical
It's out of tune.
accompaniment.
That's
Excuses.
All right.
Excuses.
Is the PC game market becoming overpowered by the growing console market?
I don't think so. I think that PC games are going to be around forever. I mean, people keep saying it's dying, and it's just not. Right. I mean, it's a great way, it's a great platform to sort of create games. So people,
It'll get to the point where you won't, like, the PC and the console will kind of be one. You won't know what happened and which one's which, and that's that.
And people are going to have PCs anyway, so, I mean, why not play games on it?
There you go.
Next one from Ben Brooks. What's a good free web host to host podcasts? I know somebody who's been doing some podcasting lately.
No, I haven't. People are mad at me, too. I refuse to put it in, like, the RSS enclosure.
Okay, maybe not in the last week, but
Google
you
ads.
were doing some podcasts.
Yeah, but I never officially did it. What was it? You showed the site, what was that site?
Odeo.
Odeo.
The Odeo is actually, they're going to roll out a feature later, which will allow you to actually create the podcast within Odeo.
Okay.
But right now, it's just kind of a place to find them.
All right, well, we'll post some links to some good free providers. But unfortunately, we are out of time. That's all we have for today, folks.
Thanks to our guests, Black Orchid and Andy Cohn.
And of course, The rocker Will, please.
And you got one more
Take us
day,
out.
man. Make it good.
Take us out.
Take
your
us out.
lighters.
Take us out.
I don't have a lighter, but good. Let's hear it.
This is so out of tune.
At the beginning of the
We're
show.
there? I'm out.
Attack of the Show wardrobe provided by Jinx.